Hello. So I know I was muted. I was on the phone. So uh, my mom called. She was just reminding me think of uh, Pet's birthday thing tomorrow. I need to get one like yesterday.
Hey, take your time.
Also, what's your plan for streaming for yourself? Well, I'm getting ready still. We can just count this as the time I would be normally playing Duolingo. So just taking my time, not rushing myself because I'm gonna be busy this afternoon anyway. So that thing is like literally carving my scalp. Like really hurts sometimes. Like not in like the pulling my hair kind of way, but like the it's literally digging into my scalp kind of way. Now, one more thing before I'm done. Well, I already made the coffee. I just need to scrub. Spoon. Fuck. I took all of the dishes out there, and so I don't have a spoon to clean. Would you be willing to grab me a spoon? Oh, you like my armor? I finally upgraded because I had money, but then I like kind of wasted it because I forgot this gives me -5 stealth. Kind of ass. So I shouldn't have upgraded it. I should have gotten different armor that doesn't have a negative. Oh, really? Well, thank God I have like 60 of those. So we might as well talk about how kind of useless that is. Um, I mean, it's good in a fight, obviously, but like I rarely ever use that because I just kind of, if I ever take any kind of damage, I just hide away for a little bit. But like I haven't had to use any inhalers this whole time, pretty much. Not me lying again because I have one more thing I need to do. I'm gonna sit down. I'm pretty much not super
There
important
you
what I
are.
need to do, but I just need to move some things over. And I also need to post that I'm alive. So let me move you over here. And ooh, fuck off. Move over here. Also, my voice changer was on again for some reason, but thankfully I caught it this time. But it would have been funny because if I didn't see it, I think it was on the demon one again. Okay, let me see. Okay, good. There's sound. I just want to move some things around real quick. El gato. Okay. Okay. Posted. My over here. Excuse me. Y'all can move. Oh. Bam. Okay. Looks better than mine. I'm starting Horror Fridays tonight for my channel, or I'm going to attempt to. Oh, cool. Are you gonna do it while I'm streaming? I'm just playing Master Duel tonight. Which, by the way, can we just talk about how perfect it was that the randomizer picked Master Duel, and then the update came out, and there's a new solo mode for me to play, and I checked the solo mode out, and it's another long one. They finally added the Orcust part of the World Legacy, so I get to find out what happened there. So I'm really excited. The amount of scenarios they have for that one, insane. There's a lot of scenario options right before you get into an actual duel, so I'm really excited to learn more lore.
Where are we headed?
Parvati, I am so sorry. You have been so patient with me. Okay. We are ready. Okay, I'm just making sure that it's synced still. I also have to run and say goodbye to Melinda and give her my key. Oh, okay. Well, real quick, let me... So I have the Elite Troop armor and the Advanced Defensive armor, and I upgraded them a little bit, and then I realized that I shouldn't have upgraded them because, as you can see, this armor gives me -5 stealth skills, and this one doesn't really give me anything at all, like not even a bonus. So I'm like, I really should not have done that. And then Parvati actually, I think, has the same one, except she has standard troop helmet, which I was gonna upgrade, but I ran out of money. Okay. Finally gonna talk to you.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Well, already this is like a complete 180 from how I was greeted, so I love you. Hi. I'm not here to join your camp. You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You
my God.
Robert's girl, aren't
Apologies.
you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Wow! Never knew you could grow tripe in a garden. Jesus Christ.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Picked a terrible place? Wow. Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Fair enough. Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
I wasn't really listening. Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater.
Whoa, what happened
that
in the background?
peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
This is serious. I'm about to cut up. What is happening in the background? Is the sun, like, rising? Because that's shadows. It's freaking me out. Reed asked... Oh my god, it did it again. Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps.
Yeah.
Hollowed-out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I'm gonna drop off and try and play for stream. Oh, okay. I love you, baby. You need to drive around. Make sure you drive around. Be careful, okay? I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
Well, thank you for apologizing. That was very rude to bring that up. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You want to tell me what these gold teeth are for?
Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight?
Reminds me of this guy I heard about. Someone in Eugene. He had gold teeth.
I remember a Eugene. Pleasant enough boy. Whatever happened to him?
From the looks of it, you killed him. Eugene shot himself.
Wish I could say I was surprised. That town has a way of crushing your spirit. At least his remains have returned to the soil where they belong. Except for his teeth, of course. Gold does not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it.
Are you kidding me? You're using decomposing bodies to fortify the soil and help your crops along.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves. The crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill.
You seem pretty calm for someone who just admitted to grinding up corpses for fertilizer.
The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember.
But you found a way to grow something.
All I did was follow nature's own way. Death is essential to life. When the spirit leaves the body returns to the earth from whence it came.
I mean, to be honest, I don't see an issue with this.
Moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All life feeds on other life.
You've been quiet, Parvati. You have an opinion? She's using her friends as fertilizer.
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave.
Oh, like a donor card, you know what I mean?
Say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton.
I need to think about this.
Whatever you say, my dear.
Let's talk about something else.
I'm listening.
This might sound strange, but I don't know where I am.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
No, I mean, I don't actually know where I am. I could do without the cliches. Not the answer I was expecting, but you still cheered me up.
Glad I could help, dear. A sadness of the heart brings sickness upon the whole body.
I do
You're
agree.
Not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
With Parvati, that if she's going to be doing this, she needs to ask permission. Like a donor card. Like you can have a donor card saying that you would want to do something like this when you die. Like actually help people, help with the food and stuff. You shouldn't just be grave robbing bodies.
That sounds like fever talk, all right. So why am I tempted to believe you? Where did you say you were from?
Does the hope ring any bells? I didn't say. I arrived here from Earth.
I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me.
You don't understand. I'm from the Hope.
Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale.
You've never met anyone from the Hope? There were thousands on that ship. I don't think any of them were alive, though. Weren't they all just made? Not exactly. It's a colony ship.
Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell.
You don't believe me?
Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the Hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering.
Okay. I'm not afraid of the board.
No, but the board may have reason to fear you.
As they should.
I'm listening.
When we first talked, you'd assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
I don't imagine you get a lot of visitors.
My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted.
Until your power goes anyway. Not a bad way to go about your life.
More of the colony felt the way you did. We'd have ourselves a proper revolution. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Reed's making an offer in good faith. You should consider it.
If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to.
You and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
I just told you I'm not from here. Why the fuck would I remember that? Perception. There's obviously more to it than that.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him.
What the
So I
fuck?
buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Sounds like the town turned its back on you.
A fish rots from the head down. I do not blame the town. I blame the leader.
You know what? Fair. Fair. Okay, well. I mean, I already have really good... Oops. Well, yeah, sure, save. I already have a really good reputation with them, apparently. Hold on, how do I... There it is. Best employee ever. Deserves a big bonus and promotion. The Deserters are a community of disillusioned workers who left the town of Edgewater. They live together in a makeshift camp located in the Botanical Lab district of Emerald Vale. You are friendly to this faction. Vendor prices are reduced by 25%? Yo. Spacer Choice? Ill. Why am I positive Spacer Choice? Spacer's Choice is a favorite brand. You're friendly to this faction. Vendor prices are reduced. Oh. I didn't even realize I got a discount. That's kind of cool. Was it you that sold things? No.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Yeah, where was Stefan? I was talking to him, but I don't remember where he is. Are you Stefan? No.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Everyone here is so nice. Because I know you're not Stefan. You're Tom. Shit. I know I literally talked to him, but I can't remember. I've been doing so many other things. Okay, I don't think he's back here. I don't know. Oh well. It's not that big of a deal. Ooh, what's up here? Howdy.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got some.
Okay, but where is Stefan? I'm just looking around. I don't know why I'm looking around because I can't really... I can't really take anything without it being stealing. So... I just want to see if there's anyone to talk to.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Ah, there you are.
You hungry? We got canid ribs. Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb. And that
Okay. Well, to be fair, hold on. Increases your ranged weapon skills? Oh. Damage type shock. Weapons rate of fire. Oh, cool. Yeah, none of your armor is that good, unfortunately. I'm not really worried about that. repair. All equipped. Yes. Oh wait, I can ask him to do that. Oh. Oh, but this is like, okay, so I repaired what I equipped, but not like was just chilling. Gotcha. Well, I didn't really do that necessarily. I could have used the weapon parts. I'd rather save my money. But I do want to go to the thing real quick. Oh god, I'm turning around again. Oh! Hello there! Great conversation, thank you. I'm glad we could talk. Let's see something real quick. Modify. So you don't have a mod, right? Yeah, I don't think so. To shock, plasma. That extends a weapon's maximum range. Holy shit. Sure. Yeah. Nothing for that. An engineering virtuoso 150? Jesus. Isn't it already? This is already plasma type. like, I'm like just saying. The current one will be destroyed. Okay. So I have one for that, but I don't have one for this one. So let's do this one. Yeah. Cool. Now it's silenced, I believe. Okay, and then assault rifle. Plasma, shock. I could do shock. Because I do have a gyroscope. Electrocuting the target. Sure. Why not? Now we kind of have one of each. Okay, so this is supposed to be silenced now. This my... Okay. Okay, so now that we've talked to Adelaide, we can go back to the geothermal plant. So is it going to actually give me the option? Hold on. Oh, yeah, sure, save. I'll save when I get there too. Actually, can I? Oh, I can fast travel. What am I doing? But let me just check. Divert power from the geothermal plant. You entered the geothermal plant without first speaking to Adelaide. Adelaide proposed that you divert the geothermal plant's output to the botanical lab, depriving Edgewater of power. Reed asks you to deliver a message to a woman named Adelaide McDevitt before you head into the geothermal plant. Did I already? Did I not already discuss that with her, or... Hold on. Hey, Adelaide. I just want to check if I actually gave you the message.
Anything else I can do for you?
Oh, no? Okay, well. Okay, well then let's go here. Okay. I hope Chris is doing okay. Oh, you know, I should have given him my card and asked him to get us coffee. I didn't have to. I didn't even think about that. Okay, let's go back in here. Now we can actually focus on this I'm actually going to switch to the other mission too, because I believe the other mission is the one that actually tells me how to like get the option, I guess. So also, considering this whole fucking thing is their fault. Okay, so I am on that one. We're good. In that case, where am I going? This way?
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Surely is not, Parvati.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's been using corpses in her fertilizer. The thought just makes my skin crawl. Sure, she's found a solution, but it ain't exactly pleasant. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Reed tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers in power.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I don't agree.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I just...
Don't worry,
Felt
I
like
thought
I
I
had
was barely listening to you. Holy shit. I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Okay. But also, like, what happened here is 100% Spacer's Choice issue. They're the reason why this plant is out of commission in the first place. They had the bots kill everyone. Like, why would you want to... I don't know. I don't agree, and I really hope you don't care that much, Parvati. I'm sure you'll be upset a little bit, but I don't agree. I think Edgewater deserves to crash and burn. If I'm being honest. Master Control Terminal. Everyone thinks it sucks. Everyone thinks it sucks ass. And they're right. This access report brought to you by Spacer's Choice. Emerald Vale geothermal plant operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to... Structural damage detected. Please notify your designated. Warning. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Reducting power is an irreversible procedure. Continue. Emerald Vale geothermal plant operating powers. Hold on. Botanical. It's now safe to remove. Botanical. Permanent power failure detected in Edgewater. Blatant disregard to Spacer's Choice property has been logged. Please report yourself to designated supervisor. Retrieve the power regulator. Reputation decreased, yeah, I imagine so. Spacer's Choice are now understanding. Oop. A great employee who makes a few mistakes.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Well, let's go find out. I'm not just gonna leave them in the dust. Oh, hold on. Like, my intention was not to just say fuck y'all, but hold on. Ooh. Sure, sell that. Okay. Actually, yeah, let me get rid. I have a lot of shit, first off. And I need to figure out which ones are actually taking up space. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, 0.1. I could sell some of these. They don't sell for a lot, though. Are these heavy? Oh, they're 0.5 each? Shit. Eh. We'll figure it out. Reed must be furious. Edgewater and its cannery are now without power. You should be able to salvage their power regulator now. Yeah, maybe so. Oh. Okay, can I fast travel now?
Hello? Are you still there?
The power's out in the whole town. Pipe down.
I don't have time for this.
Okay, well, shit.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it? Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
You're all. Adelaide had the right idea. I had to make you see that.
Adelaide? Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer. to see me suffer. All you've done is satisfied her hatred. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Call off your guards. I don't want them bleeding all over my power regulator.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be. You and I. Stand down, all of you.
Got my sights on.
Is Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concerns and remains committed to guiding Edgewater into prosperity. Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please.
Heard someone's been turning in bounties. About time.
Huh?
Oh, there you are.
Where are we headed?
Didn't know if you had something to say, but I guess not. So, are we just like not gonna... Hold on. I thought we could help, but I guess not. I guess it's fast travel and sea?
Do you hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the Vale like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
Eat the town all you want, won't bring your son back.
Blunt as a hammer. But you're right. Nothing can undo the past. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
A lot more mouths to feed.
Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corporate loyalties and live the way nature intended. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
I don't like the idea of being Reed's lackey. Ugh.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You have an edge-of-consciousness program by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined. You are welcome here.
Does it mean I can steal? No. Then what's the point? Okay. Oh, not that one. Oh gosh, it's already been an hour?
Is this your ship?
Oh my god,
my
Parvati, you
stars,
scared the
she
shit
is
out of me.
just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Those deserters left Edgewater behind, nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Are you sure Reed won't mind you leaving with me?
I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the Veil. Loan me out to you like I was Spacer's Choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. I don't want to lose my one chance at seeing the stars.
You just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I had my misgivings about Miss McDevitt and the deserters, but you took pity on them and sent power to their garden even though you knew Mr. Thompson would hate you for it. All this time, you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a path out of this place. And well, I want in.
You really want out of Edgewater that badly?
Not much of an Edgewater left to go back to.
True.
My whole life's been small. I realized that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you.
I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I love Parvati. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess there's not really anything else I can do here. Hey, buddy, what's up?
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
A violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for? I mean, yeah.
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm turning him in, wow. I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Just because it's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Boconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Any ideas where you can find someone who can speak French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Boconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay. How will the crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? How is it that simple? I must be such a highly skilled hacker.
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
How will the crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? I mean, I know, I'm asking.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sound good, let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh, wait, was that it?
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
Let's talk about this personal quest of yours.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
That's the plan. Okay, Parvati. Where? Oh, yeah, you're still right here. What's up?
Where are we headed?
Oh, never mind. Return to your ship. Okay.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Okay.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Thank you. Okay, let's go right here. I just enjoyed the simplicity of this game. So. Nice! Got your very own ship. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Okay. I just wanted to see if you had more things to say. Break my knees. Oh. I guess not my knees, my ankles.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. I mean, our ship's pretty awesome. I love the way that our ship looks. Oh, it's got little paddles. Wow. Can we go through a car wash, though? It's looking a little dirty. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight. Cool. Never asked Chris if he actually finished this. I know he played this a lot, but I don't know if he actually finished it. I feel like this is a game that's hard to finish, so I don't know.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded, also I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kilkelly.
Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kilkelly.
What's stopping me from leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
About this Gladys person, how do I know I can trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Fine, I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned this thing has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Okay.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
I'll put it to good use, thanks. People will actually fall for this? Seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Where is my navigation terminal? Oh, okay. Well, give me a second, though, because... apparently... Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Reed seemed to have it in for you.
I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
He wasn't that old, was he? Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
How about you not invite yourself in a conversation? That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but does a good imitation. Wow. Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Parvati? Is it safe to fly now that we got the regulator? Ada, Parvati will be fixed you from now on. I expect your full cooperation.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Break time's over. Okay, so where's the one bitch then? Holographic shroud. Oh god. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Okay. And we got a lot of...
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Oh. Yo, I can actually put shit in here? Yo, that's actually sick. Okay, hold on. Store. Store. Well, thank God those don't weigh anything. Okay, cool. Welcome, Captain. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Hawthorne's unread messages. You Bedford. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Archive messages. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udum. Udum? Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent and sincere message of one's friends. P.S. Please respond. Dear Alex, hello, hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed, you know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him, and if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, wingman. Dear Alex, hello, Udum here. Udum Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship, my silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space base, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. Let me know. Oh. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Last Hope next time I'm in. I might forgive you. Captain's No SW1. Shrink Ray. Note to self. Remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab. Just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors, more to be had. Captain's Note 2, Hammer Power. Last time I got sloshed, it was imbibing at the Last Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look at him, I was really free with the drinks. It seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardits yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery but that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's a good part. The Mardits said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Captain Note 3, Black Market Leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but Architect be damned is just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folks of the colony? Like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Okay. Phineas science weapon. Acquire the science weapon on Groundbreaker. So I know... Oh! Sam. There's no response from the auto mechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters Sam. Okay. This is not a Petunia. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. Oh, is this his actual lab? Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth blade. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Parvati. Oh, it's Parvati's! I am so sorry, Parvati. I just realized I'm ransacking you. A stern older man with warm eyes. Oh, that was kind of hot. Okay. Ah, there you are. Part 1, Various Qualifying Considerations. Part 2, Principal Rules of Restrictive Management. Part 3, Morals and Maxims of Banning Unethical Literature. Part 4, Proof of the Grand Architect and Predestination, a refutation of the titles listed here within. Part 5, Consequences, the Mind, and the Will of Man When Led Astray. Part 6, Official List of Banned Titles. Part 7, Prerequisites for Advancing the Investigation, Outing, and Penalizing of Offenders. Okay. Smells suspiciously like iceberg-aged whiskey. Ooh. The scribblings on these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. Ooh, what's that? In mint condition, most of these cards represent players from the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tile Backers. Impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry, Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Anti-Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Oh, sure, tossball. So you're a tossball fan. Okay, got it.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's
ruminating all by
thoughts?
yourself? I want you off this ship? Holy shit, no. Remind me, what are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Okay. Ooh. What doesn't kill you gives you tetanus. Okay, well. Ooh. Okay. So let's ask Ada about Sam, I guess?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the auto mechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Okay. I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Phineas's orbital lab.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Why'd you say the landing might be rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
Well, give me the spiel on the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with station representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Okay, I want to ask about somewhere else.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
What do you think of the townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
How is Edgewater faring since we left it?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain.
I want to ask about somewhere
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook.
Why is Monarch being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Smuggler's Port?
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there. I believe it. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to... Where in Monarch? Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Any people live in Cascadia aside from Marauders?
There are no people aside from Marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
What's the local report?
The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Sounds dangerous.
This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
I want to ask about
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? How can I be of assistance?
I'm in the mood for some entertainment. Got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
Tell me about Captain Hawthorne.
I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains of this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance?
Oh. I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Ada, tell me a joke.
Why was the chemist sad? Because all her beakers are gone. Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Talk to you later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, oh yeah, we got skill and perk. Nice. Okay, we got a perk too, so I'm gonna get more carrying capacity. Five previous perks. Okay, so I need one more perk and then I can move on. Ooh, Vicar Max. Hello. 117. You have a sawed-off shock. 319. Holy shit. So you're very close range, it looks like. 117. Get you better armor too. Perks available 1. Increases companions' max health, increase the amount of threat, or increase your hack skill when Max is in the party. I mean the skills is always really nice. Why? Range weapons, base armor rating, melee, dialogue, combat effect duration. Ooh. Nice. Okay. So Phineas's lab. Well, it said that we couldn't travel to that, but I would like to. Ferris is where the board maintains a maximum security penal complex known as a labyrinth. So we want to go. Wait, where is that?
Now
Oh shit. I don't have a small enough screwdriver to put the 60 Pro on my computer. What do you mean? Are you talking about the one that screws? Because I screwed mine in with this screwdriver. Oh, Spacer's Choice Travel Advisor. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all of the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Oh shit.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Select up to 2 companions? Oh, fuck yeah, let's go, baby. Truly like Mass Effect, I see. What does it say? Anti-Cleo storage facility?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And security.
Hold on. Search Hawthorne's. Oh, I should have done that. Oh well.
Myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since. In fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh hey, dude, what's up? bubbles.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the Hope.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
I wanted to talk to you about something else.
Of course. What's on your mind?
There's some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass.
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Got a moment to talk?
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Ah, the wanted criminal himself. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Relax, they're with me.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the Hope for your talents, after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward you.
I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely.
Never mind, I am dum-dum. Did you figure it out? Oh god, I got sneeze. Fuck me. There's something else I wanted to talk to you about.
What's on your mind? Absolutely. Let's talk.
Don't you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I meant. Do you have some kind of life outside your work?
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you. People who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
Yeah, but you revived me, so you must have solved the problem.
Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it?
I'm glad to hear that. Everyone on the Hope is depending on us.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Where's the gun? Oh! Jock Weapons R&D Department. Science weapons. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skills increase. Okay.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Okay. I'm just gonna steal your shit since you apparently don't come out here anyway. Hack 20. Welcome, Phineas Wells. Sending no response. Original message appended. Worked out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon, but locations elude. Dumped a new associate dirt side Terra 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them only about 23.7% at present. They're recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Secure body in the SK system. He loves healing. Hibernation chamber. You spent over 4 decades in space with nothing but the technology of this little chamber keeping you alive. The rest of your fellow colonists are still trapped in similar chambers waiting for you to restore them.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%. Ah, your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
Okay. The hibernation experimentation notes. Raising core temp another 5C over 1 hour. Dosage appears to be working. Slight diffs from processing cysty pigs, not beyond expected boundaries. Microscopic assessment shows no sign of sudden traumatic mass cell wall collapse. Encouraging. Reminder, still need to mop up pig. Need to get a view into the cranium, see what's going on with neurons. Oops, hand slip. Likely effects? Nothing important. May have numbness in left heel. Who even needs that? Looking at sample. Evidence of hyperactive production of dopamine and norepinephrine. Curious. No evidence of entropic effects on neurons, however. V excited now. If only I can keep them from exploding. Raising core temp another 5C, 1 hour. Oops, forgot I had probe in brain, jostled with elbow. Subject may suffer numbness in right earlobe. Acceptable. Feel ridiculous telling mostly frozen slab of meat. You're doing fine, Cupcake. Practicing bedside manner important aids recovery. Curious about that neurochemical production. Side effect of prolonged hibernation. Subject may experience tachypsychia. Exaggerated fight or flight response. Checked brainwave. Found sharp uptick in perceptive cognitive processing when I jostled the probe. Fascinating. Equivalent to speed of common fly's brain. Could be useful in stressful situations. Subjective time dilation. SeaWorld moving in slow motion. Would everyone from Hope have this sort of brain damage, or is it peculiar to Cupcake? Can't wait to awaken more from Hope. Study in detail. Is it even right to call this effect brain damage? Seems like enhancement to me. Who wouldn't want an on-call, hyper-fast cognitive response? Am I envious? To expand that span of a breath to an eternity? To be able, just for a moment, to perceive the world in all its infinite detail? Core temp up, still stable, no sign of cell wall decay. Neurological necrosis beginning next 5C over 1 hour cycle. Yes, I believe I do envy you, Cupcake. As you should. Research journal. I can calculate the movement of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of men. Oh god, there's a lot. Flash frozen organic material reverts back to its original cell structure when treated with tincture of dimethyl sulfoxide. Rate of explosive cell death a very respectable 6%. Bad news, difficult to acquire. Limited quantities of compound likely produced by Anti-Cleo.
Recently discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. Must find more. Artificial stasis successfully induced in Cystipig specimen. Revivification complicated. Cystipig's tissue returned to living state. Brain tissue suffered from rapid nucleation. Attempting treatment. Treatment progressing. Treatment failed. Brain tissue irreparably damaged by rapid onset necrosis. Explosive cell death. Finished cleaning liquefied remains of Cystipig from laboratory floor, walls, equipment. Fresh out of Auntie Cleo's. Experimenting with Spacer's Choice partially emulsified creamer substitute. Finished brewing. Added 2 ounces Spacer's Choice. Atrocious. Felt a part of self die on the inside. Reminder. Add Spacer's Choice to the list. Note to self number 2. Buy more mouthwash. Have spared one of my stock of experimental Cystipigs to be used as renewable source of nourishment. I've named this Lucky Pig Bubbles. Giving an animal a name establishes rapport and creates a positive emotional bond. Allegedly improves flavor of tumors. Must look into that. Excellent creatures, Cystipigs. Don't know how people used to survive without these genetic wonders of porcine succulents. Slaughtering a pig for meat instead of harvesting tumors that ripen naturally, falling off the flesh like mock apples off a tree, seems the height of barbarity. Truly a miracle of modern science. Have procured the services of one Captain Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I hope he didn't name his ship after the quality of his services. I'll be sending my new accomplice down to Hawthorne via escape pod as soon as the revival process is complete. Hawthorne should make for an agreeable companion, or at least an acceptable chaperone. Law willing, he isn't a total buffoon.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Where are we headed?
Okay.
The Cystipigs make excellent test subjects. Also surprisingly nutritious.
Reminder, 14. Remember it this time. Absolutely vital. 14, 14, 14. Okay. I think that is all this place has to offer for me. And I got what I needed, so really, we are good to go. What is that? Huh, okay. Anything over here? Inspect immediately before signing for merchandise. It is your responsibility to note any damage on all copies of freight bill. Contents: 2 live Cystipigs, various loose cysts, expected side effect of shipping. Bin: no idea what you need all these damn things for, but supplier is hiking up prices. Expect more increases in the future. Before you ask, there's no rebate for order in bulk. Next delivery in 4 weeks unless I hear otherwise in 3. 3, you hear? You end up with pig stock to the Raptors again, it's not my fucking problem. Looked into the flux thing, but no hits yet. Sent along the greeting card from our dear auntie. Don't tell me what you want it for. Don't want to know. My dearest pain in the ass. As requested, another load of Cystipigs. Supplier gave me a bit of a hassle. I remind him that cysties can't breed. They can only be made with that weird gas lab coats use. He's still raised the prices. Pass it along to your buyer, I guess. You ever going to come visit? Got a nice bottle of the 43 set aside for you. Your most favorite park provisioner. Malin. Made sure your latest batch of bottled meat didn't get eaten by the on the way in. Killed a pack of wraps to do it. Usual charges apply. Your supplier wasn't happy. Might want to have a frank discussion with him. Nyoka. Suspicious about all these items you claim to need for off-road buyers. You're setting up a farm of your own, aren't you? Breeding stock. The king, you won't have it. Okay. Aw, man. Okay, I think that's literally it. I don't think there's anywhere else we can even go, really. I would jump off here, but I'd probably literally die, so we're just gonna go back to our ship.
I really like this that this lets us have 2 companions at a time. It's gonna be really nice for later. Also, can you like revive them? Like if do they go down and you can revive them or something? I'm gonna end stream soon, but I wanted to at least get to the port. The bracket for the 60 Pro doesn't fit properly in my PC, so it has to hang there loosely. Well, I can look at it for you. You acquired poster. Surely have. Why am I getting a notification for that now? Excuse me? Okay. So where do I go? Oh, the Groundbreaker. It's right there. I was like literally looking for it. I saw the ship and thought it was my ship. Okay, cool. Yes.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Pocket watch. Just tell me I acquired.
Let's talk when you're free.
Oh, sure. What's up?
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Break time's over. Ooh, crack my neck. That hurt.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't
thank
mind
you.
the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Okay.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
Vicar, I am so sorry. I just realized I don't have anything for you. Hold on. Ooh. So you want a shrink ray, my guy? You don't really have any science. Tech skills +5. Dialogue skills +5. Listen, we'll get you it out later. I'm sorry.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little Back Bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Hey, what's up?
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Heard you knock someone out with a tossball stick.
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, all right? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan?
Rizzo's Rangers?
Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult.
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never got your name.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around.
See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking base?
You.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
Sorry. Okay, let me see. Okay. So until next time, bye.